Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today we will be presenting about Bukit Nanas water treatment plant. Some of you might be curious about what does treatment plant mean? Well, a treatment plant refers to a plant or installation that is used to purify contaminated substances. These substances may be solid, liquid, and semi-solids. Treatment plants are named after their treated substances. For example, there is wastewater treatment plant which treated wastewater. Next, there is effluent treatment plant which treated effluent. Then there is sewage treatment plant which treated sewage. And of course, what we will be presenting today, which is water treatment plant, which obviously treated water. Okay, as I have mentioned earlier, my group will be presenting about Bukit Nanas water treatment plant. This is the sole water supply treatment plant in Kuala Lumpur, and it only provides sufficient water for 98 square kilometers of the city center. It takes raw water from the Kelang Gates Dam and produces 145 million liters treated water per day. Kelang Gates Dam and the Bukit Nanas treatment plant was put in hand and commissioned in 1959, ending a long period of water shortage and water rationing in the city. This plant is currently, as of 2010, managed by Puncak Niaga Holdings Berhad, the leading water treatment and supply concession company in Malaysia. Okay, that is all from me, Nurlini Eman binti Muhammad Yusri. Next, I would like to pass this presentation to my next group member. Thank you.
Water treatment process. The figures show the Bukit Nanas water treatment plant. Water treatment process is to supply water that is chemically and biologically safe for human consumption, effluents to be disposed of without danger to human health or unacceptable damage to the natural environment. The first water treatment process is water intake. The water intake is from the Kelang Gate Dam. The dam is one of the major sources of drinking water for residents of the Kelang Valley. The volume of the dam is estimated around 25,104 million liters. The Bukit Nanas water treatment plant takes raw water from this reservoir and produces 145 million liters of treated water per day. The second water treatment process is aeration. The aeration process are the blow and piping model and the control of the air flow. It is the process of bringing water and air into close contact in order to remove unneeded dissolved gases. The aeration system is a must in order to maintain the dissolved oxygen level. The advantage of aeration are it can reduce odor, nitrification of ammonia nitrate, and reduction of greenhouse gases. The third water treatment process is coagulation. The coagulation is to destabilize the particle and enable them to become attached to other particles so that they may be removed in subsequent process. Chloride are very small particles, also cannot be removed and neither by sedimentation by filtration. The important factor in the coagulation process are coagulant dosage that needed to be added and pH must be determined from the laboratory test. The next water treatment process is flocculation. The flocculation is a process of forming aggregate of logs to form larger settleable particles. The benefit of flocculation are to improve settling of particles in sedimentation tank and to increase removal suspended solid and biochemical oxygen demand BOD.
Sedimentation. After the flocculation process, the water will be transferred in the sedimentation tank. In this process, we can see the particles in the water will be at the bottom of the tank after a few times. This is due to their motion through the fluid in response to the forces acting on them. These forces can be due to gravity, centrifugal acceleration, or electromagnetism. After this process, the water will be transferred to the filtration tank. Filtration process is to remove the particulate matter from water by forcing the water to pass through the porous media. The filtration system consists of filter with varying size of pores and is often made up of sand, gravel, and charcoal. As we can see here, the water will be filtered and all the particles that didn't pass the filter process will be stay at here. After that, the water will be transferred to the disinfection tank. In this process, all the pathogenic microorganisms except bacteria spores will be eliminated. Here in Malaysia, chlorine is the widely used disinfection. Chlorination has been the most widely used disinfection technology in Malaysia. So after the disinfection process, the water will be transferred to water distribution to transport the water from the treatment facilities to the customer. In addition, the distribution system can also provide storage as well as provide flow and pressure adequate for fire protection. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Tan Tzu Chen, and I will discuss the issues in water conservation. Now, there are a lot of benefits when it comes to saving water. Of course, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that it helps save money. But how exactly does it do that? Well, as we know, water in Malaysia, or water sources in Malaysia, mainly come from natural sources such as rains and rivers running into man-made dams. But what happens to the water that runs down the drains and pipe after we finish using it? Malaysia has a very efficient wastewater system, which runs at a 0.17% of each household's total income, which is 5 ringgit and 50 cents per month. But here's the fact for you. During the period in which the study was carried out, Malaysia, with a population of 29.3 million people, was generating approximately 2.97 billion liters of wastewater per year. This means that a lot of energy goes into pumping and treating this water. The money mentioned before goes into generating this energy, and what's worse is a higher energy production means a higher rate of air pollution. Now that we have our facts, how do we go about changing the mindset of 29.3 million people living in Malaysia right now? Today, we will be discussing 4 ways in which we can go about this. For the first step, I believe that we should carry out a series of awareness campaigns across the states in Malaysia. Awareness campaigns are actually much more effective than people peg them to be. For an example, moving on. The participation of Malaysia in the World Water Day is actually a very good example of Malaysian government's efforts in reducing water usage in Malaysia. Which brings me to my second point. The Malaysian government has to actively take part in reducing water usage in Malaysia. An in-depth analysis was carried out by 3 individuals by the name Olga Objanova, Caroline Howie, and E.J. Milner-Gallant to study the effectiveness of media awareness campaigns in 8 villages across Russia. From this study, I conclude that media awareness campaigns, or rather awareness campaigns, are actually very effective if used in the right way. This also means that the school has to work hand in hand with parents to teach children how to save water. For example, little games can be integrated into the school syllabus to teach children the way to save water or the way to prevent air pollution. The term "children is our future" is the main focus in my next point. We must plant the idea to save water in their minds when they are small, so that when they grow up, it can blossom into a passion to save the environment. As an example, instead of World Water Day, we can have a World Water Month, where if we are able to keep the water under a limit for a full month, we can receive a badge of honor from the Malaysian government, or we can receive prize money. And last but not least, we as a part of Malaysia's society have to change our daily habits. By simply turning off the tap when we brush our teeth every day, we can actually save a lot of water. Of course, I'm not saying that this will be easy. Changing the way that we have been doing things for the past 50 years will be a very hard thing to do. That's why when you see a person saving water, or a person trying to save the environment, give them a little praise. Just like you would want people to praise you when you do something right, praising the person might go a very long way and inspire him to do even more good things on the next day. In conclusion, to encourage Malaysians to save more water, I recommend that awareness campaigns are held based on target groups. Besides that, saving water should be integrated into the school system and taught to children while they are small. And last but not least, Malaysians should work with each other as a whole community to help each other save more water. And as the saying goes, slow and steady wins the race. So don't rush things and take things easy. And I'm sure that one day we will really save water and help the environment. Thank you.